Hello again, people. My name is Wesley Thompson. I'm the unedited prophet, one of them, and I'm sure there's plenty that are, I'm not much of one, but I'm sure there's plenty that are astounding and outstanding. I just don't know anybody I can refer you to who tells the truth more than me, who has more deeper and stronger and longer visions than me, and who's willing to try to tell somebody about the let's don't talk about that stuff. Because even a lot of the truthers who are bringing y'all a lot of truth, they're staying off of certain subjects and certain topics. They're like the preachers in the churches over all of the years who didn't talk about the things that the government wanted kept quiet, wanted the people kept ignorant to the facts and the knowledge thereof. That's the way some truthers, I guess, operate. That's not my style. If I know it and I forget to tell you, then I forget. You ever do that? You ever forget? If I don't tell you something, I don't have an inner motive or an inner reason for not telling you, unless I want to tell you something in a sequence that I could tell you here, which most of you impatient, most of you, the 2 or 3 people who view my videos, who are real people and who just look at them and you ain't got to comment, you ain't got to say nothing. No comments are necessary. Unless y'all see somebody commenting in a negative, in a bad way, then I wish y'all, as real people who thank me. I mean, you know, if you say you get your real picture or a real picture and you say thank you for doing that video, then I mean that's a big step. That's a bold move. Especially somebody like me who doesn't have friends, and I don't make them. I don't know how to make them. Maybe I don't try or don't want to, but the thing is, I want you to pay attention to my messages. Don't complain about the audio. I'm doing the best I can. This equipment is old, and I've tried to take care of it. If the sound is screwed up sometimes, don't comment and tell me about it. I have gotten to where lately, the last 20 of my videos, I have reviewed them all the way through. I know some of them's got some problems, but the whole entire video is not a problem, or I wouldn't post it. You'll get something out of it. Stick with it through the little rough or through the parts where it goes, and you can't hear anything, or whatever the heck it does. It does all kinds of stuff. Don't you understand? I'm trying to be not evil. I'm kind of trying to be anti-evil. And all of my equipment is made by evil minds with evil intentions, who are part of a net, a grid work of Satan's lot. They don't want my stuff to work right. They have the capabilities of training in on me on a certain area, jamming signals, causing things to malfunction that have electronics or built-in computers in them. And they can do it intermittently. They can do it on a time schedule. They can set a program to just beam my place. And some of you people know some people who may not tell you because they don't know how to explain it to you, that them and their homes and their families are being beamed. Electromagnetic frequencies, not just that. EM pulses, not just that. This place gets lit up all the time. They don't know that I can see, but I can see that. I see they have rings around bigger bands. I mean, of course, it doesn't come at me like that. Of course, it comes down to the ground. Most of the time, almost kind of down enough. I know it's on an angle sometimes, mostly here or there or something like that, which mostly comes from my east and my northeast. It's where this stuff comes from most of the time. East and northeast, even though the flight path is the opposite direction. But anyway, I have some problems around here with electronics. So I'm doing the best I can, and my equipment's doing the best that it can do. So don't complain. If I put the video up there, it's got more good than it's got more positive than it does negative, or I wouldn't post it. And don't argue with me about that. I know how to write prescriptions. Do you? Mecca, one of the oldest cities in the whole world. It's scriptural. It was prophesied. The United Nations and the United States has destroyed it. They've destroyed it. The new temple in Jerusalem, it's been completed for years, folks. They ain't doing nothing but running fake checklist and check-off lists and inspections and stuff. Look, they're talking about they want to inlay gold, they want to do this, and they want to do all that kind of stuff in the temple. Y'all don't understand. Look, they're maintaining that place, and the modifications for newer technology and teleportation is what that's the only thing they could probably be doing in that temple, because after they got all of that new technology from that software company that I put videos out about, the Malaysian flight, the very first one that got shot down, they started shooting down so many other planes, they took everyone's attention off the first. Well, Speed Core Semiconductor Company was built for about $1.5 million or $1.75 million, and all of a sudden they made a breakthrough in discoveries and stuff, and their company was worth, the Saudi bin Laden, the Bush Group, and the Carlyle Agency, they wanted it, and now they have it. But at the time, there was the 4 engineers of the 5 investors. 5 investors, 4 of them engineers, or 4 of them are friends engineers on the same mental level, and 16 of their best employees was on, I think it was Flight 370, and they were going to China to talk to China about a deal and maybe stop somewhere else, Philippines and Japan and stuff. They had this great technology, and all of a sudden the company sold for 17 or 18 billion. It was formed for a couple of million, sold for almost overnight for 17, 18 billion. Well, the Carlyle Agency, part of their laundered money was part of the 5th investor's money, and a substantial portion of the money that he put up for a 5th ownership in that Speed Core Semiconductor Company, who had made this miraculous breakthrough on all kinds of crazy shit, time travel, dimension, time travel, and now what are they doing? Anyway, that's what they're in the middle of right now. But anyway, the NSA, who knows where everything that moves on planet Earth is, lost track of the 777 plane, while the HARP, or the Star Wars plasma, or laser cannons, shot it down out of the sky. 2 different ocean vessels. One was military. One was military. One was a fishing vessel, and the other one I think was a pleasure vessel, but had military people, or had some official on it or something. They saw the plane coming down out of the sky. Now these 2 vessels that was in the water didn't know each other was out there. They saw it from different angles, but they both said the same thing in their reports, which was hushed up and covered up. The plane come out of the clouds, come down to where you could see it, and it was out of control, and it was on fire, and it was crashing. Way up in the sky, it was on fire, and it was crashing. It had been hit. A guided missile or something, or a laser beam, or a plasma blast. It was hit. And so it didn't completely disintegrate in the sky, and it was coming down and crashing, and they witnessed it. Well, it had the 4 engineers and their 16 employees, and the company, the Carlyle Agency, had 2% That person had 2%, the other 18% of his 1/5 of his 20% was put up by dirty money. Well, the Carlisle agency had a hand in that, plus they got people interested in that technology. The Vatican, the reptilians, and all them sons of guns. So anyway, they got rid of the plane, got rid of the engineers, they got the whole company, they got the breakthrough in technology, they got it all. 4 days after the plane went down, new paperwork mysteriously appeared, and the ownership all transferred in, and the Carlisle agency owns 100%. So the Carlisle agency started out with 18% and ended up with 100% of Speed Corps. Anyway, all right, let's get on to something else. And so, if they're doing any modifications or anything in the temple over there, it's for time and dimension stuff. They've brought a portal and set it up inside that thing, possibly. I would assume that would be a daggone good location for one, but in my opinion, I think there's one already underneath of it. And I think there's already been one underneath of it for Coon's age. But anyway, it's just my personal opinion. It's just a thought. I don't even know where I got it from. It just probably popped in my head. But anyway, so I want to tell you something. Now here I'm going to get into something serious. We'll try not to let this video run too long. I'm sorry, folks. I'm going to finish this up on the next video, and so get ready. Now I'm going to start telling you what the earth is going to do. So I hope you pay attention, and I don't know how to stop this camera right here from doing the stuff that it's doing. It will not pay attention to me. I can't command it. I can't turn the stuff off on the screens. It's just like my computer. And you know something, I'm glad they're doing it, because they are scared to death of what I know. And I'm fixing to tell y'all some of that right there, and it's going to scare you. Now you come back for the next part of this video right here, and if the sound is screwed up on this right here, then just keep watching them until you see or pick up something. Okay? I don't want to hear the complaints. I'm doing the best I can. I'm not a professional. If you got to have something all soft and everything, maybe somebody will put something nice and warm and soft in your hand. And if you have to have a video that's perfect, then go pay whatever the heck the cost is now, $15 or $20, and go into a movie theater and sit down. Don't complain. I'm doing the best I can. It's the message. Don't be bugged about my equipment, my music, me, or my mechanics. Get what you can. Thank you. And the ones of you who are faithful, the ones of you who understand and you think that I'm on to something, thank you. Thank you so much for returning. And I appreciate it if you'd share. I know y'all got some family, man. You got to have one or two cousins or somebody who's in a clique. They're in a clique to where if you would let them know and they said, oh my God, there really is a solar system coming to screw us up. Oh God, I got 100 friends. I got to tell them all. Who would have thunk it? Wesley Thompson.